Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite. Don't bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
Diddy, he was using T.D. Jakes to fix his image. You believe that?
Well, we saw that to be true anyway. That's what he was trying to do all that time. That's why T.D. Jakes was there, to try to fix his image. Ain't no money like church money. He was doing all the things to try to get his image straightened up.
I mean, it makes sense. And he also said in this lawsuit that when he was around Diddy, he seen Diddy give out a lot of. And he said that the environment around Diddy was violent.
Well, I don't know. He also said Diddy distributed firearms and was selling drugs. They showed him the apology in the whole 9 yards. All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn, he still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein, he was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced.
Something strange and unsettling is happening behind the polished smiles and calm, pre-written interviews of Hollywood's biggest names. In the aftermath of the shocking raids and disturbing allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, the old friendships and secret alliances that once defined the entertainment elite have started to unravel. What once looked like an unbreakable network of power now seems fragile, full of nervous silence and carefully worded statements.
At the very center of this new and developing storm are 3 incredibly familiar and powerful names: Oprah Winfrey, Bishop T.D. Jakes, and the legendary Denzel Washington. In the wake of the scandal, Oprah and Jakes have been making a noticeable effort to keep their distance from the chaos, publicly denying that they ever attended Diddy's now infamous parties. Their denials have been loud, clear, and to many, a little too defensive.
But Denzel Washington's story is completely different. He has not spoken. He has not defended himself, nor has he denied anything. His silence is heavy, and in the paranoid world of Hollywood, that silence is being interpreted as knowledge. People are beginning to believe that Denzel may know far more than he has ever let on, and that his quiet integrity might be the biggest threat to the industry's darkest secrets.
This strange silence extends to the media, where Diddy's powerful friends have historically protected him. In one shocking example, after the disturbing video of Diddy assaulting Cassie was released, the hosts of the CBS morning show, which includes Oprah's best friend Gayle King, teased a discussion about it. They told their audience they had commentary, but first, they had to go to a commercial break. They never came back to the topic.
Why haven't any of Diddy's friends spoke up for him?
My man, listen here. All those ones who made it to the Diddy party, to the after party, and to the hotel lobby, they not gonna ruin their brand. They not gonna say nothing. Man, I was watching the other day, listen to me. They did that, they on Channel 2 News here in New York. Gayle King and Nate and that other guy, they were talking about, they showed him beating Cassie, and they showed him the apology and the whole 9 yards. All they said is that we have commentary about that, but we got to go to a commercial. They never came back and said nothing about it. I was like, yo, damn, he still got power like that? Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein, he was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get out of here.
The segment was killed, a clear sign that even now, Diddy's influence is strong enough to silence a national news network. This media protection is a key part of the story. For years, Diddy wasn't just a rapper. He was part of an elite crew that included figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, all of whom were protected by their powerful connections in media and politics. The industry isn't just ignoring the scandal. It feels like they are actively trying to control the narrative, waiting to see if the public will eventually forgive and forget.
But the public is not forgetting. While the industry remains silent, the court of public opinion has already delivered its verdict. This pressure is likely what forced Oprah and Bishop T.D. Jakes to finally address the rumors. Their decision to speak up, however, may have been a massive mistake.
During a live conversation at a forum in Dallas, Oprah interrupted the discussion to clear her name.
First of all, I have never been near a puff party. Never been near. And anybody who knows me knows if there is a party, I'm the first one out.
Right.
I'm the first one out.
But people love salacious stories.
Yeah.
They love salacious stories. And you can tell them stories about you feeding those girls in South Africa.
They don't want to hear about that. Right.
They don't want to hear about that at all. If you tell them about Puffy's biceps, they want to follow you all the way around the world. And I think it's because we have become so engrossed in other people's lives to keep from having our own. We are drunk off of things that don't matter, to distract us from the things that do matter.
Preach this evening, yes.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
I know.
And if you watch the timing of it, the intoxicant always comes out while something big is happening that we need to be paying attention to. And we pay it no attention because we are engrossed in counting up something that is salacious and not true. And not true.
Not true.
And I stopped by Puffy's house for 30 minutes to say happy birthday to him during the day at 2 o'clock with staff people. And out of that came a love affair and all kinds of stuff that I have never seen.
You too?
Yes. Yes. We were sharing the same, let's get your finger out here. You can't fight it.
You can't fight it.
You can't sue it down. You can't tear it down because of a small law that is included in the way that our laws are written right now. And our people don't know that. And not only do they not know it, they help spread it.
Absolutely.
They help spread it. They help spread it. Now, I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like? And I am a grandfather. What do I look like at this late date? But that's the kind of world that we're living in.
She said, "I've never been near a puff party. Anybody who knows me knows if there's a party, I'm the first one out." She tried to make it sound casual, even funny, but the timing of her statement felt strategic and defensive. The room was quiet, and people could sense that she was trying to get ahead of a story that was about to break.
Bishop T.D. Jakes then quickly added his own denial. He claimed that he had once stopped by one of Diddy's parties very briefly, just to wish him a happy birthday, but left after about 30 minutes. He smiled and joked, "I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like? I'm a grandfather." His attempt at humor, like Oprah's, felt forced and uncomfortable, doing little to quiet the rumors that have surrounded him. Despite the laughter, both Oprah and Jakes looked like they wanted to shut the topic down completely, but their denials only made people more suspicious. Why would two of the most powerful people in their respective fields feel the need to publicly deny attending a party, unless there was a real concern that more information and perhaps even proof was about to come out?
You really believe that T.D. Jakes participated in those
T.D.
activities?
Jakes, I got people in Dallas and Houston and Fort Worth area. T.D. Jakes is a known. He's known. And where he's from in the whole Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and the Texas area, it is a well-known fact that T.D. Jakes is a with male. His wife knows that he's, but of course she's the first lady. She's a multi-millionaire. What's she gonna say? She don't. Long as she can buy her little bag to put her church shit in and go to church with a hat on. T.D. Jakes is a boy. He a boy. He a power bottom. You hear me?
Wow, man, that's wild. So with the Diddy trial, is it anything shocking to you? You know, anything that stood out that you was like, what the hell?
No, because we've been hearing these stories about Diddy for years. This is nothing new. The story about having trans in Biggie Smalls videos, that story been out. We've been hearing about that. You know what I'm saying? 15, 20 years ago, we knew that it was in the videos. How did they get there? You ain't. Right, who picked them? You know, so who did the casting, right? And you mean to tell me Biggie Smalls being as big as he is or was, you mean to tell me they're not properly vetting? That's like right now, you do a video with pick A-list and nobody slip up in there who's a known trans too. That wasn't just no one-off. Who put them in there for they 15 minutes of fame? No, I'm not shocked about anything I'm hearing because black people are becoming more and more like what we used to accuse white people of being.
Behind the scenes, some insiders say both Oprah and Jakes have been worried about what other people may know, especially people like Denzel Washington, who was once close enough to the inner circle to see what others might have chosen to ignore. Diddy's influence stretched far beyond music. He moved in the same elite circles as politicians, pastors, billionaires, and media icons. He was a master of making friends in high places, and for a long time, that made him nearly untouchable.
But as the allegations against him became public, the world he so carefully built began to collapse. Former assistants, ex-partners, and past employees started to speak out about what really went on at his exclusive gatherings. The stories were dark, disturbing, and painted a picture of a world fueled by power, abuse, and secrecy. Suddenly, every person who had ever been seen with Diddy was being investigated by the public.
This is when the names of Oprah and T.D. Jakes started to surface again and again. Both had worked with Diddy in charitable and business settings over the years. It was also revealed that Diddy deeply admired Jakes' sermons, often sharing them with his friends. This made people question whether Jakes truly had no deeper connection or if there was much more to the story that was being hidden. And then there was Denzel.
Denzel Washington is one of the very few people in Hollywood who has never needed to chase attention or compromise his values. He has built his life and legendary career around 3 pillars: discipline, family, and a deep, unwavering faith. His reputation is spotless, his words are measured, and his choices are deliberate. He is the moral compass of an industry that has lost its way.
This is a man who famously said, "When the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right."
Taste out of the other one's mouth.
Well, there's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, "Oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite." Don't bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of him.
This philosophy is the key to understanding his silence. Denzel doesn't seek out fights, but he is not afraid of the devil. And for years, it seems the devil has been very active in his industry. According to an old but newly resurfaced report, Denzel once attended one of Diddy's all-night parties back in 2003 with his wife, Pauletta. They didn't stay long. Something about the atmosphere, the energy in the room, didn't feel right. The report claims that as they were leaving, Denzel had a heated confrontation with Diddy, telling him, "You don't respect anyone," before walking out and never returning. Unlike so many others who may have ignored the red flags in pursuit of fame, money, or influence, Denzel Washington saw something that violated his principles, and he walked away. He chose his integrity over his access. This single act so many years ago is now being seen as the moment he separated himself from the corruption that was festering just beneath the surface of the industry. Now the whispers have started. For years, there has been a rumor in certain Hollywood circles that during that brief visit to Diddy's party, Denzel saw behavior that made him deeply uncomfortable, and that he may have saved some form of proof. Whether he took photos, saved messages, or simply kept detailed notes has never been confirmed. But the persistent rumor that he saved the tapes has taken on a life of its own. If this is true, it would explain everything. It would explain why Denzel has remained completely silent, choosing not to kick a man who is already down. But it would also explain why so many of Diddy's former friends, from Oprah to Jay-Z to T.D. Jakes, are now acting so nervous. They don't know what is on those alleged tapes, but they know that Denzel Washington is not a man who can be intimidated, bribed, or silenced. Disturbing and unverified reports from anonymous sources have begun to paint a horrific picture of what might be on these alleged tapes. These sources claim the recordings show multiple celebrities, both male and female, in compromised situations. They allege that at least 2 of the individuals appeared to be close to or potentially even underage. They also claim that all of the individuals on the tapes appeared to be heavily intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. Denzel's quiet, powerful knowledge could be the single piece of evidence that exposes the entire rotten system that others, like Oprah and T.D. Jakes, are now trying so hard to distance themselves from. Their nervous public denials are not about Diddy anymore. They are about protecting themselves from what Denzel might know. He has become the ghost at their banquet, a silent reminder that the truth has a way of coming out.
For decades, Bishop T.D. Jakes has been seen as a global voice of wisdom and spirituality. But when powerful pastors get too close to celebrity culture, the lines start to blur, and a spiritual message can easily become just another marketing tool. Jakes' recent decision to step down from his megachurch, a move he claimed was to focus on mentoring, is now being viewed by critics as an attempt to protect his name from being dragged further into Diddy's legal battle. Hollywood has always thrived on secrecy, but the truth, as it always does, is beginning to find its way into the light, and the powerful people who were once protected by a wall of silence are beginning to feel exposed. Denzel's silence is not ignorance. It is observation. It means he has seen the truth, and he has decided to let time and justice do their work. The only question that remains is this: when the final secrets are ready to be revealed, will Denzel Washington be the one to press play?